Medina Azahara wasn't the only hidden city of Al-Andalus. Across Spain lie the forgotten remains of Islamic cities that once rivaled Baghdad in beauty and knowledge. Places where science, poetry, and architecture reshaped Europe. In this journey, we trace their footprints through stones, streets, and memory. And before we explore them, check the links in the description. They'll help you save money on flights, hotels, and tours when planning your own trip through Spain's lost history. I've curated deals and trusted operators so you can travel smart and dive deeper. Today's route threads Toledo, Zaragoza, Granada, and the silent ruins near Córdoba. Each city reveals a chapter of Al-Andalus, a mosaic of knowledge and craft. The past isn't gone here, it breathes through arches and alleys. Let's begin. Our first stop, Toledo, once called the city of three cultures. Here, Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side for centuries, creating a golden age of science, art, and philosophy. You can still walk through ancient mosques turned churches and see the blend of civilizations in every wall. Arches curve in the Andalusi style. Capitals echo Visigothic hands. Frescoes whisper later Christian stories. Toledo's forges rang with tempered steel, prized from North Africa to the courts of Europe. In scriptoriums, scholars translated Arabic, Greek, and Hebrew works into Latin, carrying ideas to Paris and Padua. Synagogues adopted stucco motifs. Churches borrowed geometric patterns. Cultures learned by sharing. Listen closely. You can still hear the echo of shared melodies. From the Mirador del Valle, the city unfolds. Cathedral spire, Alcazar, and Mudéjar towers in one frame. Wander slowly. Toledo rewards those who turn down quiet side streets. Planning a visit? Check the links. I've listed Toledo guides and skip the line passes. As the Tagus reflects the last light, remember, Toledo shows how difference can build greatness. Next, we head north, where a palace of poetry still stands. Next, Zaragoza, home to the majestic Aljaferia Palace, a rare surviving example of Islamic royal architecture in northern Spain. Its intricate arches and carvings inspired later Spanish palaces like the Alhambra. Notice the rhythm: arch, shadow, light, a mathematics of beauty. Stucco blooms with vegetal motifs. Calligraphy threads prayers and poetry along the cornice. Wooden ceilings draw constellations inward, mapping heaven onto timber. Later, the Nasrids in Granada refined these forms into floating stalactites. Al-Jafaria rose in the Taifa period. Smaller kingdoms, fierce patronage of arts. Visit early, light paints the arches, and crowds are gentle. A local guide unlocks meanings hidden in the ornament. I've linked vetted tours and entry info below. Save time and money. When the sun lowers, the palace turns to poetry, a verse carved in stone. Southward now, toward the last stronghold. Then there's Granada, the last stronghold of Muslim Spain. While everyone knows the Alhambra, few realize the city beneath it once housed scholars, poets, and inventors whose ideas reached all the way to Renaissance Europe. In the Albayacin, lanes climb toward viewpoints where history feels close enough to touch. Granada's thinkers charted stars, measured time, and preserved the geometry of paradise. Manuscripts traveled, first by scholars, then by merchants, into Latin libraries. The Alhambra's courtyards held poetry readings where words danced like light on water. Markets carried scents of saffron and stories from across the Mediterranean. At sunset, the Sierra Nevada blushes and the fortress glows ember red. For timed entries and night visits, use the links. Slots sell fast. In the hush of night, Granada whispers the memory of a learned court. We follow the river of memory west, into the hills. And hidden in the hills near Córdoba, ruins like Medina Sidonia and Calatrava la Vieja tell stories of power, trade, and culture that once connected Spain to the heart of the Islamic world. Here, roads met caravans, taxes became palaces, and ideas rode farther than armies. Even a broken cornice can hold the curve of a vanished arch. Archaeology turns patience into revelation. Networks tied Córdoba to Kairouan, Cairo, and Baghdad, a web of scholars and merchants. The wind that moves the grass once carried market calls and prayer. Respect the paths. Let your eyes do the wandering. I've listed access notes, parking, and guided walks in the description. Silence is also a teacher here. From ruins, we return to living cities, carrying questions and awe. These cities may be forgotten by time, but their art, science, and architecture still shape Spain today if you know where to look. Look up. Brickwork and tile still carry Andalusi rhythms. Classrooms teach methods refined in Arabic, translated in Toledo, perfected across Europe. Artisans still carve patterns that spiral like vines and stars. Calligraphy remains a moving architecture of ink and breath. Old instruments stand beside new ones. The conversation continues. Ready to go? Use the links for flight deals, rail passes, and city cards that unlock museums and palaces. I prioritize locations that save you time between sites. Guided tours reveal details you might miss alone. Plan a loop. Madrid to Toledo, Zaragoza, Granada, Córdoba. Or take it slow and savor one city at a time. Whichever path you choose, walk with curiosity. If this glimpse into Al-Andalus history amazed you, don't miss Medina Azahara, the hidden city buried for 1,000 years. It's the ultimate story of a lost empire rediscovered. Tap the video on screen to continue the journey. And remember, check those links in the description to save money on your next trip through Spain's incredible past. I've organized trusted partners, transparent pricing, and practical tips. Subscribe for more journeys across the world's hidden cities. Until next time, may the road lead you to arches of light and courtyards of wonder. See you there.